I'm Emma, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm watching the last episode of Bed Friend, the series. Let's go into it. I don't really remember much about last week, except they kind of kicked ass, and there's something about a proposal in the preview. That's what we're working with. I will have to take breaks in between every part, because everyone seems to want to talk to me right now. But let's go into it. Lord have mercy. Why is that so loud? Okay. I was gaming last night on Valorant. the volume difference is crazy. Yeah, that was a good moment. Oh, I remember all this, yeah. Yeah. Proud of you, lady. Okay. They really made you do it, huh? Cute. Weird, but cute. You will have that living over your head for the rest of your life. Where's Tutor's character? He has to turn up this episode, surely. He has to. Otherwise, why would they put him in the credits? In the intro? Oh, you sent it round to people? And the kids of the office are fighting again. Going on a trip. He said our home. Oh, that's cute. Things are going very well for them. We got rid of all of the problematic people now, I feel like. And the mother's still around, but she's not messaging him anymore, right? She's just miserable at home. Why are you in the intro, man? You ain't in this damn show. You're in front of all these people that have been in here since episode 1. I'm guessing Middleman's love is gonna take over from like where this leaves off. Which makes me think that Tutor's character is gonna turn up at some point. We'll have to see. If he doesn't, it's gonna be wild. Absolutely wild. So he's been in the intro this whole time. And if it does pick up, still a cute scene, if it does pick up where this leaves off, then that means that for all of Middleman's love, Ua and King will be in an established relationship, right? That will be another series that we're watching where the secondary pairing is a established relationship. March? That's great, man, but I don't know what I don't know where we were when the show started. Ua getting jealous and possessive? Don't see that very often. Cute. What are you guys doing? You're in the car park. I still have trouble with eye contact. You need to stop looking at the camera. Cute. King's jealousy beats U's jealousy.
โอเคไหมอีกเม็ดหนึ่งหมดแล้วเนี่ย
Cute.
ใส่แมสเข้าไปด้วย
Cute. And put a bag over his head. Make him wear a trench coat. Sweet. Whoa, pretty. I like this song, holy moly. They're in a really good place. I like to see it. I thought it was going to be like Cutie Pie, where we had an episode. Well, it would be for this an episode 9 curse, and then half of episode 10 would be trying to fix everything. It was nice for them to just be in a good place. It's like getting a special episode. I need to find out what this song is. Look how pretty the water looks. Oh man, I love it. I hope Ua didn't bring his phone.
ไอ้เจดทักมาถ่ายรูปไปอวดมากัน
Yeah, it's nice to see Ua happy, no? Thank goodness. We've seen him smile more in the last 5 minutes than we have the rest of the show. Cute. Your time is coming, Jade, don't worry. I'm sure you will also get beach bonding moments. Are you putting it on Instagram? Damn, King would be very proud of their relationship. Okay. Very proud of their relationship.
แรงมากพี่ของมึงอ่ะ ไปแล้ว
Cute.
มึงเลือกที่นี่เพราะว่า
Okay.
กูตั้งใจเรื่องเลยนะโอ้ยรู้เลยนะมึงอ่ะรู้ทันตลอดเลยหยุดเลยดูวิวดีกว่า
Oh, that's sweet. My goodness. I love how the idea of being on that boat looks like the best thing in the world to me, as someone who has agoraphobia and won't even go out into my yard.
ถ้ามีมึงอยู่กูนอนได้
Oh, we're making some good progress for his mental health too. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. You gonna go swimming?
หยุดยาวข้างหน้ามึงอยากไปเที่ยวไหนอ่ะ
นี่เพิ่งหยุดวันแรกเองนะ
กูอยากไปเที่ยวกับมึงสองคนน่ะ
แล้วไม่คิดจะกลับบ้านบ้างเหรอ
ก็กลับไงกูต้องพาแฟนไปหาพ่อแม่บ่อยอยู่แล้ววะ
นี่ กูคุยกับแม่มึงบ่อยมากคุยกับมึงอีก
Really?
โอ้โห
So there's definitely been some time
แฟนดีเด่น
gone by since last
กูอยากจะรู้
episode.
จังกูว่าแฟนจะดีเด่นขนาดไหน
It's cute that he's not only getting along with King's mum now, but like to the point where he talks to her all the time, no? They have a really good relationship. That's great. Damn, you get a slide and everything. We have beach bonding moments a lot. I don't think we've ever had like take a boat out into the ocean and go swimming in the sea kind of moments. I like it. I keep waiting for something bad to happen. Because that's just been how this series has been. He never gets a break. Anytime he's happy like this, one of the problematic people interrupt. So I'm just conditioned to wait for something bad to happen.
มีอย่างอื่นให้กินอีกปะ
มึงชงเองนะ
งั้น ขอแบบแรงๆเลยได้ปะ
Okay. There is a dude driving this boat. I just want to throw it out there. It's a dude like 5 feet away from you. That is all I would be thinking about in this situation. How can they just completely ignore that? Crazy. well. They're getting on great. There's probably an uncut version of that too. I'm not built for the uncut versions, I swear. After the uncut version of the cat ears scene, I was like, I can't.
ปิดไฟดิ
That feels like so long ago. We've been through a lot since then. This scene, I really liked this scene.
Mm. ถ้ามีมึงอยู่อะกูนอนได้
I said, right, you just need some different memories in the dark. Having someone with you that you know will protect you. It is sweet. He feels safe with King. Getting some very different memories in the dark.
ฝันดีนะ
Cute. Proud of you. No, the nose touches. I love the nose touches.
เครียดไว้
เฮ้ยมึงจะเครียดอะไรวะกูแค่ให้มึงมาช่วยเลือกแหวนนะเว้ย
แล้วมึงไม่ตื่นเต้นไงวะ
ตื่นเต้นดิวะ แต่กูเก็บอาการอยู่
There's a lot of faith you're putting in Jade there. He's a good bestie though. It's good to see it was mental health improving, for sure. There's a lot of progress.
พี่คิงพี่เอื้อถอดได้ยังอ่ะ ผมรู้ว่ามันดีนะ แต่เมื่อไหร่จะได้ถอดเนี่ย
การที่เราทำงานอะเราต้องห้ามหลอกผู้บริโภครู้ปะเนี่ยเอาไปศึกษา
That's a sponsor. Okay.
พี่คิงไม่มากับผมด้วยเหรอ
กูไม่ทิ้งแฟนกูไปไหนทั้งนั้นละ
Third wheel? Cute.
ไปได้ใหญ่กัน
I like gun.
ได้ แฮปปี้นะ
Where's Tutor's character? So comfy. Surprised he could breathe. My goodness. King looks extra gorgeous right now.
ตื่นได้แล้ว คิง นัดเพื่อนไว้ไม่ใช่หรอตื่นแล้วตื่นแล้วตื่นแล้วก็รีบลุก
Cute. My God.
Morning ครับ
Yeah, cute.
Morning บ้าอะไร 10 โมงแล้วไปอาบน้ำ
That's still morning. It counts.
งั้นกูไปอาบน้ำก่อนแล้วเดี๋ยวมาปลุก
The power of sniff kisses. So cute. That was so genuine. Oh, I'm low-key in love with King. He's been green flags for a while. But he's so sweet. King the cutie.
ถ้าต้นข้าวเงินไม่พอทำบอกพี่ได้นะ
พอแล้วค่ะพี่เอื้อ ต้นข้าวเกรงใจมากๆเลย
ไม่ต้องเกรงใจ
แล้วแม่ยังส่งข้อความไปขอเงินอยู่หรือเปล่าคะ
ก็มีบ้างอะ
Really?
แต่พี่ไม่ได้ตอบ
Yeah, good on you.
ต้นข้าวเข้าใจพี่นะ
เข้าใจค่ะ ขอบคุณนะคะที่ยังดูแลหนู
Don't give her no more damn money. Damn
ขอ
straight.
ไปเรียนก่อน ไว้เรานัดเจอกันนะคะ
ค่ะ
That's so much better. He sends his sister some money when she needs it. But he doesn't reward the mother with, like, the texting. That's so good. You could block the mum's number too. Just throwing that out there as a bonus.
อยากให้เอื้อพูดเสียงหวานๆแบบนี้บ้างจังเลยอะ
เบื่อที่กูเป็นแบบนี้แล้วเหรอ
กูไม่มีทางเบื่อ
แล้วนัดเพื่อนไว้กี่โมงอะ
He doesn't even know it's Jade.
เที่ยง แต่น่าจะลากยันเย็นเลย
I guess if he did, he would ask questions or want to come along, right?
เดี๋ยวรอ ยิ้มอะไร
That was cute.
แฟนน่ารัก
Yeah, no, I just did that.
เลยอยากยิ้มไง
This episode is a blessing.
กินเข้าไปเลย
This is sweet. Is this another sponsor? Because we've had bread sponsors before.
เคี้ยวอยู่
I don't think so, because we didn't see a brand. There's just them being goofy. A year. Lord have mercy.
ไอ้เอื้อมันจับได้ปะมึง ตั้งแต่เป็นเพื่อนกันมากูยังไม่เคยโกหกมันเลยนะเว้ยเฮ้ย
มึงไม่พูดกูไม่พูดก็จบปะ
เชียร์แต่กูโกหกไม่เก่งมึงก็รู้นี่เชียร์เครียดไว้
เฮ้ย มึงจะเครียดอะไรวะ แค่ให้มึงมาช่วยเลือกแหวนนะเว้ย
แล้วมึงไม่ตื่นเต้นเลยนี่ไงวะ
ตื่นเต้นดิวะ
It's funny, when I was looking at the preview last week, I was thinking a proposal doesn't seem realistic for them yet. I didn't even think about the fact they could put in a time jump, which is weird because we get time jumps all the time. So you would have thought that I would have thought of that.
ถ้าชอบแบบไหนเป็นพิเศษนี่บอกได้เลยนะครับ
So I've been together for over a year now.
แฟนผมน่าชอบแบบเรียบๆอะครับ
แบบเรียบๆทางนี้เลยครับ
Something simple
แฟน
but
คุณเป็นคนแบบ
elegant.
ไหนเหรอครับ เดี๋ยวผมช่วยเลือกให้ครับ
อืมแฟนผมเหรอครับ เขาหยิ่ง ขี้เหวี่ยง ชอบคิดมาก
กุยฟ้องเอื้อ
Poor guy at
แต่
the
เขาดูแล
counter's
ผมดี
like,
มาก
how do I work with that?
และเป็นคนที่ผมรักที่สุดครับ
Cute.
อืม
He's like, oh yes, I have a ring for arrogant people who
ตัว
overthink.
นี้นี่เป็นรุ่นใหม่ของร้านเลยนะครับ ตัวเรือนเนี่ยเป็นแหวนทองคำขาว 0.70 กะรัตครับผม
Really? Is this a sponsor?
ไอ้เจมส์ว่าไงวะ
If it is, it's a cool sponsor.
เป็นไรป่ะครับ
มึงเป็นไรเนี่ยเจมส์
กูซึ้งอ่ะ ตั้งแต่เป็นเพื่อนมึงมา มึงไม่เคยดูเป็นคนดีได้ขนาดนี้เลยอ่ะ
This is what you get for bringing one of the kids of the office with you.
นี่มึงชมกูใช่ไหมเนี่ย
ชมดิวะ เพื่อนกูทั้งสองคนจะได้เป็นฝั่งเป็นฝาแล้ว
He regrets everything.
งั้นเอาวงเนี้ยครับ
โอเคครับผม
Aren't you glad you brought Jade? That was so helpful. He helped so much. Very cool.
มึงจะทำอะไรอ่ะ
ขอมึงแต่งงานไง แต่งงานกันนะครับ
Oh. It's gonna be fine. There's literally one more part. I just got war flashbacks to Cutie Pie. As soon as he got down on one knee and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Wait a minute." Oh no. I had complete war flashbacks to Cutie Pie, but they can't do something like that. There's literally, we've got 14 minutes. There's no way they could. It's gonna be fine. I watched Cutie Pie a year ago nearly now, and I'm still traumatized by episode 11.
เดือนหน้าผมจะขอเอื้อมั่น
คิงคิดดีแล้วใช่ไหมลูก
They've been together for over a year now. You're on good terms with Ua.
ว่าเอื้อ
Is it surprising,
คื
really?
อคู่ชีวิตของคิง
พ่อกับแม่ก็ไม่ได้จะห้ามอะไรหรอกนะ เพราะที่ผ่านมาคิงกับเอื้อก็ทำให้พ่อกับแม่เห็นแล้วว่า ลูกสองคนน่าจะไปด้วยกันได้
ขอบคุณนะครับ คิงยังเป็นลูกชายของพ่อแม่ เป็นน้องชายของพี่ก๊อต
I didn't even know your name,
เป็น
man.
คนในครอบครัวเหมือนเดิม เพิ่มเติมคือ อยากมีคนที่ตัวเองรัก และดูแลไปตลอดชีวิตครับ
Cute.
คิงโตขึ้นมากเลยนะ แม่ดีใจที่เห็นคิงมีความสุข
เดี๋ยวกูจะรอดูแหวนมั่นของมึงเลย
ไปดูมาแล้ว นี่
ไหนแม่ขอดูหน่อยคิงนี่แม่ว่านะเพชรมันเล็กไปไหมลูก
ฮะ
เพชรเม็ดเล็กๆอ่ะถ่ายรูปมันจะไปเห็นอะไรฮะทำไมไม่เลือกให้มันดีๆล่ะ
ให้เด็กๆตัดสินใจตามใจลูกครับ
แต่เม็ดใหญ่มันสวยกว่านะ
อืม
ทำไมอ่ะ
อ่า
เม็ดใหญ่มันสวยกว่าจริงๆนะคุณ
ถ่ายรูปกันนะครับ
Cute. I really like the mum because I thought she wasn't gonna be cool, and she's cool. So I like her a lot. I like surprise supportive parents. Where you're like, oh gosh, they're scary, and then they're not at all. Hmm. I love time jumps where the couple are together for the time jump. I hate time jumps where they're not. But time jumps where it's like they get together and then it's like a year later and they're still together. I love those kind of time jumps. They're so good. Are you trying to scare the crap out of him? You are, literally.
ก็มาตอนไหนอ่ะ
เมื่อกี้เอง
ตกใจ
ของเพื่อนผม
No. No. Cute.
ทำอะไรอ่ะ น่ากินเชียว
สลัดอ่ะ เป็นไง เหนื่อยไหม
ไม่เหนื่อยครับ
ไปนั่งพักก่อนไป มานี่ คนเหนื่อยก็ต้องนั่งพัก
Well, they do definitely give off more domestic vibes.
ไม่ต้องไหน
ทั้งตัวเลย
ทั้งตัวเลย
เงินได้ปะล่ะ
ได้สิครับ
จุกนี่ด้วย
Kiss me, yeah. Cute.
หิวอะไรไหมอ่ะ ไม่เท่าไหร่หรอก วันเลนไทน์ก็แบบเนี้ย รถติดคนเยอะ
You're going to propose on Valentine's Day?
ที่จริง เราทำอะไรกินกันที่บ้านก็ได้นะ เดี๋ยวมึงจะปวดท้องอ่ะ
ผมไม่อยากให้ที่รักเหนื่อยอ่ะผมก็อยากเปลี่ยนบรรยากาศด้วย
Yeah, do not close your damn eyes while you're driving, man.
กิน กูไม่เหนื่อยหรอก
พูดแบบนี้เหมือนไม่อยากกินข้าวเลยนะ เอื้อ
ขับรถไป คิง ขับรถ
Thank you, please do. I know they're not actually driving, but you know what I mean. It's stressful to see.
ไม่โดน
ขับรถ คิง
ขับอยู่ไม่โดนหรอก
ดูนะ
King is so cute. Pay attention to the damn road. Swear to God, man.
มึง
You go and propose on Valentine's Day. I love that.
มึงจะทำอะไรอ่ะ
You know I love the romance stuff. Anything like crazy romantic. I love it. Hmm. Why are you proposing at work, though? I guess because they met here? You literally have to say yes, man. We've got like 5 minutes left. We cannot have you say no.
ขอมึงแต่งงานไง
ตรงนี้เหรอ
I know, man. Gotta be because that's where they met, right?
คิงรักเอื้อนะ ปีหน้าเราแต่งงานกันนะครับ
You have to say yes. It's not an option to say anything else. Okay, good. War flashbacks done. Thank goodness. So if I'm right about Middleman's love, they might
ก็ไม่
even
รู้
be
ว่าเขามา
married.
ทำงานที่นี่อะก็กูอยากให้ทุกคนรู้เรื่องของเราไง ว่าต่อจากนี้ไป กูจะดูแลมึง และรักมึงคนเดียวนะ
I was sitting there thinking, but there's nobody here. Oh. I'm amazed you managed to keep half of those people quiet for the duration of that. Your parents are here too.
ยินดีต้อนรับ
Yo.
คุณเอื้อ
Yo.
ยินดีด้วยนะคะพี่เอื้อ
ต้นข้าว
ต้นข้าวขอให้พี่เอื้อมีความสุขมาก
We've even got, what's his name? Moncol? Is that his name? He's even part of the team now too. Uh-oh. He crying again.
มีความสุขมากๆนะ แล้วก็รักกันเป็นนานๆนะ
Cute. Everyone we actually kind of like
เดียวกัน
or above is in this room.
เป็น with benefit จะกลายมาเป็นความสุขง่ายๆ ของชีวิตที่ผมตามหา ไอ้คิงทำให้ผมรู้และเข้าใจว่าที่ผ่านมาผมไม่ได้โชคร้าย แต่แค่ยังหาคนที่เป็นความสุขของตัวเองไม่เจอ แต่ตอนนี้ ผมเจอแล้ว
Cute.
กูก็รักมึงเหมือนกัน
Cute.
เตือนแล้วนะ ว่าอย่าเล่นกับอานนท์
Is it gonna go to Jade? That would be appropriate, no? But it did. It went to Jade. We're making a transition to Middleman's love. Shooter's character. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I was right. Oh, look at Ua. Man, where have you been?
ที่นี่รับเด็กฝึกงานหรือเปล่าครับ
รับสิครับ
Cute. They transitioned to Middleman's love. I thought they would. He literally is in the intro and he turns up 10 seconds before the end of the credits for the last episode. My god. Cute. I like that transition, I really do. That was literally like a special episode. It was just fluff. So they probably actually won't be married in Middleman's Love because he said next year, will you marry me? And it looks like Middleman's Love is going to start like right now. Not like right now, our world. You know what I mean? In terms of like this setting, it's going to start with whatever Tutor's character's name is. He's going to start working here now. And that's where Middleman's Love is going to start. So they're probably just going to be engaged for the duration of Middleman's Love. Wait, can we talk about look how cute Uel. They didn't draw attention to it in any way either. It's so cute. Oh, I love it so much. It was mostly filler, I would say. It was just fluffy moments, and to be fair, I feel like we earned them. It was nice to just see Ua and King get to be happy without constantly getting interrupted with awful people and awful situations. We had a time jump that I really approved of. It's the most on board a time jump I've ever been in my life. I love time jumps where they're already together and happy, and it's just like, yeah, they've been together and happy for a year now. It's like, great. I love those kind of time jumps. Let's have more of them. So I'm going to quickly put together a review for the whole series, and I will be back. Alright, I'm back. I've done the review. I'll put it up on the screen. I have not redone my rating system yet, so we're still working with the star system. 1.5 stars is what I went with. That's the same rating that Together got, which I will. Okay, let me try and explain this right. This is why I want to redo the star system, because it's not working anymore, right? I've watched too many shows. I think this is better than Together. You guys know that I really struggled with Together, and I criticize it on a regular basis. This is definitely better than Together. Even though they have the same rating, I don't think that they're on the same level. The other ones that have 1.5 stars, though, nothing has gotten lower than that. I do have other ones that have gotten that rating. I have one other one that's gotten that rating, and that was Fish Upon the Sky. And I would say I enjoyed this about the same as Fish Upon the Sky. I struggled with both at certain points, but there were certain points I liked about it. I think that that's kind of fair. If anything, Together just needs to go down to 1 star for me, I feel like. But I think that's fair. If it had gotten 2 stars, it would be on the same level as Bad Buddy, Lovely Writer, Kin Porsche. It's gotta be 1.5 stars, but like I said, I am at some point in the next month going to rework the rating system, and everything is going to be redone so that it's a little bit more accurate. I don't think I cried. I really wasn't invested enough into it to cry, I don't think. Favourite characters were King, Ua and Jade. Main pairing, I loved them, obviously. King especially, I loved. And Jade as well. There were other characters that I really enjoyed seeing, but my favourites were definitely King, Ua and Jade. And then we get on to the things that I struggled with. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure there's more. But the main ones were 3 major things, really, that could sum up why I really struggled with it. It was very hard to enjoy the BL aspect of the show when there is so much trauma to work through. Now, I'm not saying that it's unrealistic to have 4 different points of trauma. There are some people, like I said, that I'm sure have been going through that, and once you have been kind of raised as a child through an abusive household, you can end up gravitating towards people that maybe aren't the best for you, and you end up kind of with the wrong people, like Ua's ex and stuff like that. So it's not unrealistic, but I think it's unrealistic to expect me to be able to be gushing over him and King when he's crying, you know, like at various points throughout the day, and constantly looking depressed and sad, constantly being attacked by people and bullied. Like, the last thing I cared about for most of the show was how he was gonna go home and sleep with King that night, because it was one of their 3 nights a week. So in terms of enjoying the show, I really struggled to enjoy it. I spent most of it just like impatient for some of the issues to get resolved. I felt like they spent a lot of the show, the majority of the show, just showing Ua going through a really shit time, and then it was only really near the end that we started to resolve all of it all at once, and the people got taken care of, and then I could really kind of focus on the relationship side of things. So literally episodes 8, 9 and 10 were really the only episodes that I felt able to enjoy. I'm also going to jump to the third point because they're actually kind of related and they should be together really. The third point is a lack of trigger warnings. So I don't really remember too much about the trailer, so maybe the trailer is meant to be a giant trigger warning, I don't know. But you don't really get an idea of how horrific some of the scenes are going to be in this. It was quite jarring, is probably the best way to put it, especially to see the attempts of sexual assault that were made on Ua from multiple people, but especially the flashbacks to the uncle, stepfather even, they keep calling him uncle, so to the stepfather. It's not something that I feel like you just throw in casually. If you're going to deal with it properly, I feel like trigger warnings is a good start. Like I said, maybe when I go back and watch the trailer, maybe the flashbacks or some idea that the flashbacks are going to be in there, I don't know. But overall, the lack of trigger warnings as well, it all kind of ties in together. I don't know. I know that there's a lot of people that think that all of the trauma and abuse were handled really well, and it is my personal opinion that I don't think it was. When I look at kind of other series that have kind of handled it, and I feel like they've done it better and they've taken it more seriously, to look at this show and see certain scenes, not all of them, but certain scenes, I feel like, you know, they were used for a shock factor and they weren't really handled very well. They were used very casually without any idea of how they would impact the audience. I don't think that they handled it very well. But again, that is my personal opinion. There are other people who will probably disagree with that, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, I think the trauma and the abuse aspect definitely needed a little bit more care and attention than what it was. The other major issue, I guess, or lots of minor issues that could be explained through this one bullet point, is editing issues. We had early on, there were a few complaints about it. I didn't really notice too much early on, like with the, I think one of the first ones we saw were people complaining about the crappy gunshot sound effect during one of the first NC scenes. I don't think I even noticed it. I definitely wasn't bothered by it. Audio issues and stuff wasn't really a concern of mine. When I say editing issues, I mean the main one that really kind of annoyed me was that the camera lingers for too long on certain shots and certain scenes. It really bothers me, and I remember it was something I really didn't like about the BLs that I had tried before starting Cutie Pie, like several years ago. I found them really awkward and cringy when the camera just lingered for too long on certain scenes, and this did it, and I don't like it. It does it several times, but to kind of give you an idea of what I mean, if you've got a moment where they're looking at each other, King and Ua are looking at each other, the camera will show King looking at Ua, and then it will cut to Ua looking at King, and then it will cut back to King looking at Ua, and then it will cut back to Ua looking at King, and it's just them staring in silence, and the camera just keeps switching between them multiple times. Now, when I'm watching this as an audience member, I can feel a natural point internally where the camera should cut away, and I feel like most people do, right? When they're watching, they get an idea of when the camera is going to cut to the next scene or the next shot. You just kind of know when it's going to do that, so it just kind of distracts you and off-puts you a little bit when you feel like it's time for the camera to cut away and it doesn't. And they just keep staring at each other, or it keeps focusing on someone's face, like Ua as he's staring out the window, and you're just like, okay, you can move on now. I have understood the feeling that is trying to be conveyed. And it did it a lot. I'm trying to think of a specific scene that would really kind of show what I mean. I mean, I guess this part doesn't. They kind of did it here, but I guess that doesn't count because it was meant to make you think, like, what if he says no? But you could, I mean, look, even just while I'm hovering, like, this is the whole time that he's just staring. You see that? It's like King's face, Ua's face, King's face, Ua's face, Ua's face again, King's face, Ua's face. And then he finally says yes. It's stuff like that. Like, here isn't a good example because it's meant to be making you second guess if he's gonna say yes or not. But they did that a lot, like a lot. And it just, I don't like it when series does that. I prefer it, like, if me as a viewer with no editing experience, if I can get an idea of the general kind of time frame that the camera should be cutting away, then surely an experienced editor should know that too and be able to pick up on that. I'm going to say that this potentially is one example of when it happens that I could use. You see him sitting there, you see another shot, you see another shot, he looks pretty, we get it, there's another shot, we see another shot, he's still sitting there, nothing's happening. Then we finally see King approach. They stare at each other. They're still staring at each other. There's nothing happening between them. It's a little bit weird, right? He starts to walk away. He's still sitting there looking pretty. That's fine. He looks back. He changes his mind, I guess. I don't know. He's gonna come back again. Lean in. We're seeing a lot of his shirt. He's just staring. He asks a question. What? I didn't hear you. There's loud music playing. Says it again. Stares at each other. Stares at each other. Stares at each other. Stares at each other. Do you see what I mean? Like, it doesn't, stares at each other. They're still staring at each other. It's been like 10 seconds for us. It's not even about like how much time it is for them. It's about how much time it is for us to sit there and watch them stare at each other without a change of expression really either. Nothing is happening. They're just sitting there looking pretty and staring at each other. That is one example, and it happened so much. You just see it kind of linger on their faces for no apparent reason. I think that they're trying to convey an emotion, and once we get that emotion, you should move on, and that's what good editing does. I feel like with this, I don't know if they were trying to be artistic about it and really showcase how pretty they are. I don't know, but they didn't cut away when they were meant to, and you just sit there like, I'm waiting. I hate that. So that was a huge editing issue for me. I think it's an editing thing. I don't think it's, I don't know. Whatever issue it is, I didn't like it. And that kind of made everything a little bit kind of, and it kind of comes across like filler. Like they didn't have enough content for a full episode. So they just stretch out the moments, no? It's like I'd rather have taken a sponsor, honestly, as long as something is happening. I don't know, I don't just like to sit there and watch people stare at each other, and it's not realistic either that they would just stare at each other like that for so long without saying or doing anything. I don't know. Anyway, let's stop talking about what I didn't like about it. Let's talk about a few things that I did like about it. The list isn't very extensive, and I'm sure there's other scenes in it that I quite liked, but not really enough to be putting on the list. I don't know. So again, with a 1.5 rated show, it's not been my favourite, right? But some things I did like about it. I liked the character chemistry, or the actor chemistry, I guess, and the character dynamics. This is a DMD show thing for me. The story isn't my favourite. The way it's being portrayed isn't my favourite. The style isn't my favourite. What saves it for me is the pairing. The actors in DMD are awesome. They've got so much chemistry. They commit to their pairing so much. Like the NC scenes in this, woo, did netjames go for it. They really are great actors at DMD, and the pairings are great, and it is their chemistry that save the fucking show. And that's not a bad thing, that's a real compliment to the actors. I just think, like, God, what could they do if they weren't under DMD? And we've had this recently with Two Worlds, which is a series that's coming out with Max Nat in it that is not being done by DMD. And I swear to you guys, if you watch the pilot for that, the trailer, Max and Nat's acting is incredible. Just in the pilot, the first 10 seconds that you see them, they're so like ethereal and oh man, it's great. And it just shows how much potential the people at DMD have. It's just like I kind of want to see them work under different teams, different directors, and see kind of how much, you know, they can really unleash that potential. One thing I really loved, and I almost forgot about it because it was quite early on, is the awareness and normalization of STI testing, including HIV. The way that they had that scene in there, and they didn't need to, it was completely, I mean, you've got to give credit to DMD. They do always in their shows kind of bring awareness to a real world thing that needs more attention, right? With Cutie Pie, it was marriage equality. And in this, to have that scene of King taking Ua and kind of comforting him when he was really nervous about it and stuff like that, for them to go and get the testing, and for King to say, you know, this is just something I do on a regular basis. I like to be extra careful. To make that completely normalized for their relationship, I think that is really, really great. They didn't have to put that in there, and they did. So really proud of them for that. I'm really glad to see that. There were a few specific scenes I really liked, but the main one that kind of sticks with me that I think about, which kind of I think could be possibly one of my favorite scenes in the series, is when there's a power cut at the apartment and King comforts Ua. It was in quite a recent episode, I feel like. The lights go out and Ua panics and he's trying to turn the lights back on, and King just kind of holds him and he's like, no, it's okay, it's fine, you know, I'm with you, you're safe. And you can see how scared Ua is, and he just kind of nestles against King. And it's both very sweet, but it's also like, I mean, King is a very green flag character anyway, but you just see like how much of a safe zone King has become for Ua. I don't know, there was something really beautiful about it. And lastly, I really liked the bestie dynamic between Jade and Ua. Another DMD show thing, I think, because Cutie Pie had Kua and Diao had a similar bestie vibe that I really liked. I just think they're really sweet. Jade was a really good bestie. There was a scene when Crit was getting too up close and personal behind Ua, and I thought King was gonna go and get between them. And he started to get up, and he was too damn late because Jade was like round there like a shot. And I think that's great. The picture is from my drama list. They're just looking pretty. And the summaries from my drama list is a really bad summary. Not only is it really short and vague, and leaves out again a lot of the really troubling stuff. It doesn't even mention that he's like had an abusive upbringing or he's in a rough relationship, anything like that. It doesn't bring up any of that. But it even says they don't like each other, which isn't true. King has liked Ua since episode 1. We saw him immediately flirting. They don't like each other, but then, for some reason, begin to have a particular relation. It's the for some reason. It's like, if you don't know, just don't say anything. I don't know. So even the summary is a little bit like, oh dear. It started on the 18th of February. It finished today on the 22nd of April. So at least I managed to watch the last episode on time. I've been behind with this for several weeks. I feel like that's an indicator as well that I've not really enjoyed it, to have one coming out week by week. And I think I've had at least 4 or 5 weeks where I've waited a few days. And I even got like 2 weeks behind at one point. And I had to watch several episodes in one day. That's how you know that I've been not enjoying it so much. I've yet to have an episode of A Boss and a Babe where I've put it off for a day. Even when I'm feeling really shit, I will watch it on the day. So I think that's a good indicator that maybe I didn't enjoy it as much. That is it for Bedfriend. It is done. Definitely not one I would rewatch again. But it was nice to see NetJames. I've never seen them in anything before. As like a main pairing or even as a proper side couple or anything. So it was good. Oh, the eclipse, I miss you. It was really good, you know, in places. I definitely have my beef with it at certain places as well. I don't know. I definitely feel like I'm in the minority when I go on Reddit and things like that. Everyone is raving about this show and how much it's exceeded their expectations. So maybe it's just not for me, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm too I have too many high expectations these days. And that is it. That's all I got. All right, that's it for now from me. Bye.